This video was sponsored by Grim Hollow the Campaign Guide, a dark fantasy campaign setting for 5th edition. It's filled with monsters, player backgrounds, and lots of adventures to be had in the spooky world of Atharis. You can check it out with the link down below. Your phone's still buzzing. Get your phone out of here! Gosh, this generation and their phones, right guys? Hey everybody, I'm here with my parents, my mother and my father, who birthed me. My father didn't. That was my mother who did. That was you. Good job.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah. I've never had them in any of my videos before, so I figured it was about time. I think there was one that you were in where you talked about getting some of my lemons from the backyard.
Yep.
That was at the end of one of the skit videos. But this is my dad.
You are my dad.
My parents don't play Dungeons & Dragons at all. They know very little about it, except from secondhand from maybe watching some of my videos or hearing about it from me. But other than that, nothing. Oh, you guys have watched the Pixar movie Onward, which has some D&D references in it, and Stranger Things.
Yes.
But other than that, nothing. My dad didn't play it in like the 70s when everybody else did. He was too busy being a skater kid or something.
I think it was the 80s.
They would, well, how do you know? You weren't around.
Yes, I was.
I want everybody to guess my parents' age in the comments. Cool, that'll be fun to look at.
No,
So,
it's not. They're
That's
gonna
fine.
say he's 20 and I'm 80.
What's wrong with that?
It's okay.
they're gonna think he's 20 and you're 80? That's like, no. All right, so I've prepared a couple of D&D monsters. What we're gonna do is you're gonna guess what you think it does and what kind of creature it maybe is. So this is the first one. This one's pretty easy. Who's this? Who could this be?
Like a werewolf, kind of.
Good job. Ding, you did it. It's a werewolf.
But he's a fast swimmer because he's got webbed feet.
He doesn't have webbed feet. He's just got big feet.
Oh.
Do you guys know anything about werewolves?
No.
What little do you know about
I
werewolves?
do.
The howl.
Yeah, so do normal wolves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something
And
like
they
that.
turn into a werewolf when there's a full moon.
Yeah, so in D&D, that doesn't happen at all.
Okay.
You don't know full moon at all. In fact, you turn into a werewolf if one bites you.
Yeah. I saw the Michael Jackson video. Thriller.
yeah,
He
Thriller.
turned into one, right?
Does he turn into a werewolf in Thriller?
Yeah, he turns into something.
He just has like yellow eyes at the end, doesn't he? And it's,
No, he starts to turn it. No, he has hands.
oh yeah.
Is this Teen Wolf when he's middle-aged?
Well, he looks pretty good, right?
Yeah.
He's pretty
Yeah.
buff. So,
Yeah.
all right, cool. You guys, that was an easy one. So I figured you guys would get werewolf. All right, what do you think? What do you think this is? What do you think this is? By the way, this is one of the heralded D&D monsters. Like anybody plays D&D, they know what that is on the spot.
That looks like, is it Sully from Mike?
Mike, yeah, not
Mike,
Sully.
sorry. Sully's the other one.
That looks
It
like
one
does look
eye.
like Mike from
Mike.
Monsters
Yeah,
Inc.
it looks like Mike. Yeah.
looks like
Billy
part
Crystal, right?
octopus and part piranha, but only has one eye. So it
Well,
seems
except
like
those
it's,
look like eyes, though.
oh,
Yeah.
it has multiple eyes.
He has a bunch of them.
One
They're all
big
different
eye.
colors too. Yeah.
And his brain is outside of his body.
He doesn't have legs, so these guys float.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
looks like he floats near a what are the nuclear power plant because it's messed up.
Radioactive.
Kind of looks like a giant zit, though.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Dr. Pimple Popper needs to come out.
Ew. Just grab them.
Yep.
So these guys are normally like this big. Like they're huge. Like they're enormous. But there are little ones that are like the size of a basketball, but this is a beholder. And
Beholder.
yeah.
That's the name of it.
It's called a beholder. And if
It's a
this
beholding.
it's beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It has a bunch of them. This eye right here, if it looks at you, you can't cast magic anymore. No magic at all.
Gotcha.
But all of the other eyes do something different. Oh, hi Woody, you want to be in the video?
It's like, what are we doing? Okay.
Go! Some of them can turn you into stone. Some of them can make you afraid, and some of them can even just turn you into dust.
Well, that's
They
like
shoot like laser beams.
that's like
Ooh,
the
scary.
Greek goddess.
Oh, Medusa?
Medusa.
Medusas are also in D&D.
Well,
If you look at them, you turn into stone. They're actually follow the mythos
looks like
there.
Medusa had a baby.
Yeah, these the
Cyclops.
mouth
Medusa
thing.
and Cyclops had a baby, and that's what came out.
This is another pretty easy one. What do you think this is?
Werewolf or vampire?
Yes,
What I
it's a
meant. Sorry,
vampire.
didn't mean werewolf.
It's Count Dracula's brother.
Basically, Count Dracula. Yeah, his weird cousin, who Woody, you had to start drinking water now.
He looks like if Dracula was in Hamilton.
Because of the hair and the
the outfit.
Yeah. So, what do you think vampires do?
They
Suck
suck
your
blood.
Yeah.
And you can ward them off with a cross.
Or garlic.
And
Garlic.
No. So garlic, no. Cross, not really. A stake
A steak.
to the heart
That's it.
will kill
It's a
it.
steak to the heart.
Oh, we'll
Yeah.
kill it.
Or any sunlight.
Yep.
If you have sunlight, if it's in sunlight,
okay.
it'll hurt it. And I don't know if you guys knew this one. At least in D&D, vampires cannot enter a residence unless they are invited. They have to be. They just can't walk in your house.
Why would you want to invite
would
one?
They sometimes don't look like vampires, and they'll be like, "Service repairman, can I come fix your TV?" And you're like, "Come in," and it's like, "I'm a vampire."
I used to call you a vampire because you used to stay up all night. So
Yeah.
Still does.
Still do. Vampires also cannot be in running water, otherwise they will take acid damage. So like a stream, but not rain.
There's
like
acid in water?
No, it becomes
there's acid
acid
rain.
for
Oh,
them.
it becomes acid for them.
You
there's
like
acid rain.
there is acid rain, but that
It's an environmental problem.
wherever a vampire goes, there's acid rain.
Acid rain.
Okay, so vampires can change the area around them. It makes like the trees die and like it gets foggy. Like that can happen, but no acid rain. That doesn't.
Okay.
All right, what's this?
Ooh. It's a very scary version of the flying monkeys from Wizard of Oz.
That's pretty accurate. He can't
Also
fly
the-
though. He can't fly.
Also, the things from Stranger Things. What were they called? They started out like this big.
The dogs, the demodogs.
Demogorgons.
That's the closest. This is the Demogorgon.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Demogorgon.
this is the Demogorgon.
Ooh.
Yeah, looks nothing
I
like.
almost knew.
You were really close. Yeah,
Good job.
looks nothing like in Stranger Things. He's more of a giant ape
but it
creature.
reminded me of it.
Yeah.
So is
Okay.
that other one like humping it, or what is it doing?
No, it's just kind of like it was born and
It's like when, my dog, when I was growing up, he always used to do that to other
Okay.
dogs.
Why are we going down this
Because he
road?
wasn't
like the
fixed.
pose.
So,
Yeah,
it was so embarrassing. He used to do it to people too. On their leg.
Gosh.
the
He
Demogorgon is
thumbs up.
constantly humping himself. That's what my dad gathered from this image.
Well, call a spade a spade.
This is another staple for D&D.
That's from Star Wars.
No, he's in. Oh yeah, Star
He's
Wars.
kind of like Star Wars.
He's in
Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh, Davy Jones.
Yes,
Yeah,
he looks like Davy Jones.
does
from
look.
Pirates
Yeah,
of the
it is
Caribbean.
like
Yeah,
Davy
you go
Jones.
on Pirates of the Caribbean the ride, and he's hovering over you in the fog.
So this one has another name from Stranger Things.
Oh.
Yeah, but looks nothing like what it is in D&D. This is what it is in D&D. In Stranger Things, it's completely different.
I don't remember the other names.
Yeah, it's okay,
except
it's
for
fine.
Demogorgon.
Steve. He could be named Steve.
Upside down.
No, this is a mind flayer.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah, I remember
The
that.
mind
Mind
flayer.
Flayer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they call it the mind flayer, and it's like a massive creature. But this is like a guy. He's like as tall as us. He's just a dude. But they have colonies, and they're from outer space. So they are like Star Wars, which is good. But they are like their own alien species, and they eat thoughts. So the best way they do that is they take those tentacles and they go over your head like that, and then they on the mouth part they suck your brain out.
I bet in some people they starve. Because there's a lot of people these days that don't have very many brains. Especially that guy who took his son at the San Diego Zoo and put him in the elephant enclosure so they could take a picture. That was pretty brainless.
Wait, what? I didn't know about this.
No,
Guys, right
there was a
tonight.
guy
What?
who took his toddler and they wanted to get closer, and he went in the elephant enclosure, and the elephant came about 1 foot away from him, and people are telling him, "Dude, get out of there!" And so
And then he dropped the kid for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Turned around
Whoa.
and picked up the kid and ran out.
Yeah, if the mind flayer ate that guy's brain, he'd be like,
starving.
I'm hungry.
That wasn't even an appetizer.
Well, elephants are kind of nice though. I've heard that they're like really.
This one didn't look
Do you
like
know how
well.
heavy they are?
Yeah.
They could have.
3,000.
Okay, this is the last one. I barely know anything about this thing. I just think the picture's funny. do you think this is?
It's Smeagol if he went to the gym a lot.
But he only worked out one arm.
He couldn't. It looks like.
What, is he hiding his package there or what?
Wow. Behind a book. Why does he not work out that arm?
I don't know. Maybe it's his magic
short.
arm.
It's a
Maybe.
magic arm.
Yeah.
Well.
And it's way longer.
I feel bad for people that have, birth
Deformities?
defects.
Well, this is a devil.
deformities. Oh, then I don't feel bad.
A Yagnoloth. Anyone who would contract Yugoloths for a task usually end up dealing with a Yagnoloth. They are cunning negotiators, and they have a human arm and a giant arm and a long cape.
Well, if I saw that, I hope, he'd be a cunning negotiator because why would I argue with that?
He would show up, you'd be like, "You're gonna come work for me." And be like,
Exactly.
"Okay, yeah."
I don't want that arm going around my neck.
No. All right, that was good, guys. You guys did pretty good. I was surprised at how well you were able to do on Alexander Hamilton the vampire here. So
He's throwing away a shot.
He's not throwing away his shot.
Or not throwing away a shot.
all right, well, these were my parents.
Ding.